P2 Freemasons want Pope Francis to be new M1, the controller of money. Posted by Benjamin. September 17, 2013. The battle over the control of the right to print and distribute dollars, euros and many other currencies is down to a few factions, according to multiple sources involved in the fight. In Italy, Pope Francis and his faction have won a major power struggle, and as a result, the P2 Freemason Lodge is now calling for the Pope to be named as M1, the person who decides how money is created and distributed, a senior P2 Freemason source says. However, there is also a strong faction in the U.S. military and agencies who want to completely expunge the entire Kabbalistic structure. Meanwhile, a source close to Queen Elizabeth says the Committee of 300 that features so strongly in conspiracy literature has been disbanded, and that the cabal control of finance is now run by 13 individuals. The members include Queen Elizabeth, the Dalai Lama, the Sultan of Brunei, Baron Fritz Thyssen, Jesuit Secretary General Adolfo Nicholas, David Rockefeller, George Bush Sr., and other still unidentified individuals, including some Chinese members. It is likely the King of Belgium and Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands recently resigned from this group. The Dalai Lama has also been buying lots of real estate in Portugal recently, a possible indication this high-level demon pretending to be a holy man expects he will soon no longer be welcome in Asia, MI5 sources speculate. The Rothschild family operates one layer below the Money Creation Committee and take a 2% cut of all dollars, euros and many other currencies before the money is distributed via big banks like Goldman Sachs and Bank of America, the sources say. The Rothschilds are also behind the bombing and attacks on countries like Syria that do not accept their debt slavery, the committee sources say. The battle to replace this committee with something new is now down to a few factions, including the Pentagon, the Vatican, the BRICS coalition, the former global warming faction of the Cabal, and, still controlling their sock puppet Obama, the War on Terror faction. These groups claim spiritual or fiat, out of nothing control over the process of creating money. There are also several groups claiming ownership of the world's historical assets, including the One People's Public Trust, OPPT Group, the Neil Keenan Group, and a coalition of Asian royal families. The Pentagon and the U.S. agencies seem to be winning for now. It has now been widely reported in cabal-controlled media outlets that the NSA is monitoring the SWIFT, Visa and other international financial payment systems. What the cabal-controlled media failed to report was that the NSA and their allies are also blocking cabal financial transactions. For example, one of the reasons the recent attempt to start World War III in Syria failed was because the trillions of dollars that were supposed to finance this campaign were frozen by Pentagon and agency white hats. That is the real reason why the NSA is being attacked so much in the Zionist press. Nonetheless, the money remains frozen, and yet we still have murderers like Barack Obama and John Kerry appearing on TV sets around the world telling lies, so clearly something is still not right. Why aren't they in jail? So many aware people are asking. We are asking the same thing, and the answer we got from several Pentagon contacts was that mass arrests were in the works. As we said many times before, believe it when you see it. As long as that cretin Obama is parading on TV as if he represented a legitimate government, it is not over. On the more positive side, representatives of the above-mentioned Committee of 13, specifically the Queen and the Pope, have been negotiating with the White Dragon Society in the hope of both keeping some power and avoiding mass arrests of Kabbalists. The P2, through senior boss Marco Di Mauro, started by offering $250 billion to help clean up Fukushima. This offer was an insult because, first of all, Italy is bankrupt and is in no position to offer money. Secondly, it is an insult because agents affiliated with the fascist P2 were responsible for that man-made disaster in the first place. When the P2 answered that this is what the Japanese government had asked for, the WDS pointed out the Japanese slave regime was not in a position to bargain either. We know that the current Abe government was put in power by rigged vote counting machines produced by the company Musashi, and that Musashi is a cabal front. It is owned by Fortress Asset Management, run by former Goldman Sachs employee and Council on Foreign Relations member Peter Briger. The CFR is headed by David Rockefeller. Briger got an 11,555% pay rise last year. www.passfail.com/fig/executive. In any case, when informed the WDS had the names and addresses of 500 self-described scum in Italy, the P2 suddenly changed its tune and offered to work through Pope Francis instead. Pope Francis appears to be a genuine Christian and could be a good person to oversee the process of truth and reconciliation that will be needed to end cabal rule. He also supports the WDS plan for a massive campaign to end poverty and stop environmental destruction. The British royal family is also in support of such a campaign and a truth and reconciliation process. The problem now appears to be the criminally insane murders in Washington, D.C., the Rockefeller and Bush factions of the cabal, the French branch of the Rothschild family, and various other riffraff affiliated with them. They have set up a series of laboratories in Central Asia for the purpose of spreading bioweapons in the hope that their plan to kill 90% of the world's population can still be carried out. They also still think that they have a holy mission to start a war between Islam and Christianity to pave the way for their one-world religion and fascist world dictatorship. Satan has surrendered, so it is never going to happen. A meeting between WDS representatives and Asian Secret Society representatives last week revealed that they, though known for their patient tolerance, were growing impatient. For that reason, the cabal was reminded that the Asian Secret Society has the capability of carrying out 200 simultaneous assassinations and has a list. Direct contact has been made through several routes, including your man in Japan, Mr. E., the British royal family, the P2 Lodge, and an Asian Secret Society. Time is running out, Mr. Rockefeller and fellow Kabbalists. You can start by cashing Federal Reserve Board Box 1558 and making the money available for fighting poverty and stopping environmental destruction. This box contains a Dillinger gun and poison gas, as well as close to $1 trillion. You owe that money, so you choose the Dillinger or the cash.